Hey friend, did you pick a word of the year this year? Are you being consistent in journaling about it? Are you seeing it show up in various areas of your life? Now that you're being more aware, now that you have a new lens through which to see the everyday circumstances in your life, one of the ways that I decided to try to stay more consistent with my word of the year is to dedicate a journal specifically to it. So in this video, I'm finishing up the first chapter or lens for my word of the year, which is yield. I'll show you how I use a scripture verse as the foundation for the spread and the journaling prompts that I've included for myself to be journaling through this year's word of the year. If you're wondering how to set up a word of the year journal, this video is for you. You'll see the format that I've chosen, and I'll share with you how it's working for me. Before we get started on this week's spread, here's a quick flip through of what the journal looks like so far. The first pages are remembering your why you chose this word of the year. And then throughout the journal, I've broken it down into kind of subsections or lenses through which the word yield is showing up, or how I'm trying to apply it to my life. In this first chapter, this first lens, this is actually going to be the last verse in this section. And the verse that I'm doing this week is Ezekiel 36:26. And that verse says, "I will give you a new heart, and I will put a new spirit in you. I will take out your old, stony, stubborn heart and give you a tender, responsive heart." Part of my vision for this spread was to have a lot of gray and dark hearts and contrast them with hearts that are alive and fleshly colored. So I'm going to build the spread and then come back and talk about the prompts as we get to that point. But just now know that that's kind of what I'm doing here is trying to have a contrast between a dark, stony heart and a heart that's tender and responsive. And here I'm just going to dedicate part of this page to writing out the scripture verse, which is the theme for this spread. And now for the prompts. I wanted to divide the prompts into 3 different type categories. And this one here is about yielding my heart. So I wrote, where do I sense hardness, resistance, or self-protection in my heart right now? How can I trust God to change my heart? And then the next prompt is about yielding the change, or like the outcome. And I'm writing, where am I striving for spiritual growth instead of just yielding to God's work of transformation? And a little reminder that it's God's action, it's not mine. This plays into the hustle culture. Just work harder, just try harder. And when it comes to spiritual growth, our obedience is what matters. Our striving is not what matters. And then this last prompt is about yielding my walk. And I'm saying God's Spirit causes me to walk differently. Or might obedience be more natural if I just trusted the Spirit instead of my own resolve? That steadfastness is a virtue, but when we're putting all of our hope and our confidence in our own hard work, it's going against yielding to the Spirit. Now that I've got all my prompts and my scripture writing in there, I'm just going back and making it a little bit more decorative. You know, pre-decorating your pages is what makes you eager to write in them. So I like to go back at the end and kind of gussy it up where I see things that look like it could be filled. And the last place that I'll leave is a page dedicated to writing out a long prayer. So now that the pages are basically set up, I know what the prompts are going to be. I'm not going to journal it right now. I'm going to close the journal, leave it, and be thinking about this and praying about it. And just when I come back to this part in my journal, I'll have had some time to sort of marinate in all of these ideas and these questions. This is a way to not let your word of the year just fall through the cracks. And be intentional about it. Ask yourself the hard questions, and then be willing to journal about the hard questions too. Sometimes some of these prompts I write, I don't want to answer them. I honestly don't. But I feel like unless you're asked a difficult question, that you don't really do the deep work of introspection and prayer and seeking the Lord's will. One source for some of these prompts is just other devotional readings that I'm doing, or commentaries as I'm doing Bible study. And it'll bring something to my mind and think, ooh, that's something I need to spend some time with. But instead of just skipping over it, reading it, and going on, I stop and write it down somewhere. I have a collection of quotes and come back and use those as sort of a springboard for journaling prompts. So I want you to give serious thought to making your Word of the Year journal serious. Yeah, it's pretty and it's fun and there's stickers and it's cute, but it doesn't need to be frivolous. This is a place where you can really invite the Lord into this space for some true spiritual formation in your life. So tell me in the comments if you're being intentional with your Word of the Year journal and how it's going, and if you've given yourself any prompts that you really don't want to answer, and how you get around that. Like, how do you get through that when you're having to come face to face with some things that make you uncomfortable. Because remember, life is messy and you've got to journal anyway.